Specialty programs heard on Bali 92.3 FM are created by independent producers. Views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the staff, sponsors, or management of Bali 92.3 FM.
You are listening to Nagaraj Annaiah's Property Playbook, Strategies for Smart Living, hosted by Nagaraj Annaiah, a distinguished realtor and mortgage consultant. This show is your ultimate guide to mastering the art of real estate. Dive into the world of immigration, mortgage solutions, home remodeling, insurance, real estate planning, and the ancient wisdom of Vastu. Elevate your living and make informed decisions with the insights and strategies shared by Nagaraj Annaiah. Stay tuned for an enlightening experience.
Hello, Bay Area. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. As I promised last week, we are live on a property playbook. Today, joined by April Held, the mortgage consultant. We're going to have a discussions about the mortgage this week. As I promised earlier, this show would be unique. We'll be talking to the experts in all the real estate industries, like starting with the mortgage. Next week would be on the immigration. Lot. I tell you, you guys will get a lot of information on all the aspects of the real estate, because I believe anytime when you buy a real estate, right, it's not one decision is needed. A lot of things plays a crucial info. All this information plays a very important things to make a decision for yourself. Welcome. I'm joined by April. Hi, April. How are you?
Hi, great, Nagaraj. Thank you for having me on today.
Yeah. Hi. So, listeners, so if you want to give me a call and talk to me directly, you can give us a call. We are live on Bali 92.3. The number to call us is a 408 912 5038. It's a 408-912-5038. Any questions on the mortgage or any questions on the real estate, you can give us a call and we can talk today. Hi, April. How are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Thank you. Happy 2024.
Yeah, happy 2024. Everybody's had a great new year. And if you guys had any new year resolutions to buy a house, right? This is the show to all about, right? April, can you give me your intro about yourself? Like right now, where are you working on? Like about your experience on the mortgage?
Yeah, I've been in the mortgage business now, gosh, a lot of years, over 2 decades now. So I think close to 25 years. And I've been in mortgage banking and lots of different parts of the mortgage business, but I've been a mortgage loan originator.
As you say, you're a mortgage guru in the mortgage industry, right? Like, because we need a mortgage guru, especially especially in the Bay Area when you're buying a house, okay? Because a lot of information on the mortgage, right, like plays a very important role when we are buying in a house, which plays in a critical role. But let's start with what your mortgage predictions for your 2024. What do you think about mortgage going forward in 2024?
Well, 2023 rates went up very drastically and went up close to 8%. So in 2024, we're forecasting that rates are going to go down about 1% to 1.5% in the next year by the end of the year. So fortunately, we're going to probably get some relief. The inflation rate is finally being tamed, which is really going to help mortgages. Mortgages are affected a lot by inflation because mortgage rates are based on mortgage-backed securities, and those are bonds. So when the inflation goes up, they devalue the bonds, interest rate goes up. So we are fortunately looking forward to hopefully a good 2024. That's what everyone is forecasting at this point, and so I'm looking forward to that.
Listeners, you're listening to Property Playbook by Nagaraj Annaiah. We are live on Bali 92.3. If you have any questions on mortgage or any questions on the real estate, you can give us a call. The studio number is 408-912-5038. And I have a question on the floor. What's the minimum down payment required to purchase a house? First one is 5% down. The second is 10% down. and the third one is a 20% down. What do you think? What's the minimum down payment required to buy a house? You can give us a call. We are live on Bali 92.3. Our studio line number is 408 912 5038. April, I think as we are discussing on 2024, right? It looks kind of already we are seeing the rates are start slowing down already, right? How are the rates right now for the arm rates? Like, how is it going on right now?
ARM rates have been doing very well. ARM rates are a really great way of keeping your mortgage payments down. If you're going to own the home for a very short period of time, or you think you're going to refinance in
Mhm.
a shorter period of time, then that's a really good option. Rates are in the lower sixes, down to the lower 6%.
Oh, already it's low to 6?
Yeah, it's about 6.25 right now.
Okay,
So
that's
yeah,
good.
so
Yeah, I
that's
think a
a
lot of listeners still are the. We have already one caller on the show. Hi, welcome to the show. May I know what's your name?
Hey, hi Nagaraj. My name is Pratibha.
Hi, Pratibha. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Yeah. What do you think? What's the minimum down payment required to buy a house?
It's 5%.
Okay. Do you have any questions on the anything on the mortgage, Pratibha?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Pratibha. Yeah. Yeah. We will tell our answer at the end of the show. But listeners, if you have any questions or if you know the answer for what's the minimum down payment required to buy a house, do give us a call. We are live on a Bali 92.3. This show is all for you. The show name is called a Property Playbook. It's a new year, new show. The Property Playbook show is to basically when anybody wants to buy a real estate, right? There is a lot of things needed. For example, as I was telling you, mortgage, immigration, and real estate planning, vastu, right? This show covers each week. Experts comes in, we talk to the expert, come to know what's happening in the industry so that you guys can get a lot of information about it. April, what do you think about this show?
I think what you're doing is absolutely fantastic. You bring everybody together, the different groups that I really think is helpful to the average person buying a home. So
Yeah, I think it's what I
thank
feel
you for
is
doing that.
buying a house in Rio, especially in a Bay Area, is so tough, right? If you are not knowing all this information, you're just relying on a realtor, it becomes too tough for you, right? A lot of people thinks in like you can buy a house within a month. It's not the same for everybody. It might be takes a couple of years, 3 years, right? But knowing all this makes help them to understand. Correct. I think as we were discussing on mortgage predictions for 2024, right? Like as you said, inflations are coming down. Okay, rates are already slowing down. But do you think by the end of 2024 the rates might be close to 5 or like especially on the arm rates, right? What do you think on that?
So they're kind of forecasting for 30-year fixed is pretty much what they are showing, but they're in general, they're saying the rates are going to go down about 1% to about 1.5%. 30-year fixed are supposed to go down to the low sixes.
Okay.
So, somewhere around 6% for a 30-year fix, which means the ARM products are then going to be in the fives.
Below fives, that's what I keep thinking. Like keep telling to the buyers also, it might even because already we are seeing around 6.25.
Mhm.
uh I think maybe 1% reduction by this end of this year,
Yeah.
we might touch close to a 5, right? I think as we are discussing on the fixed rate versus a arm, right? What are the benefits of the fixed rate versus arm, April? And first, tell us the listeners, why do we have two products?
So an ARM loan is a good way to get a lower interest rate if you know that either, for instance, you're in a starter home. So if you're going to stay in a home only 5 years, 7 years, and you're going to move to another location, you can get a lower interest rate without locking in the rate for 30 years because you're not going to have that loan for 30 years. Or if you know you're going to refinance, there's a good chance you're going to refinance it. There's no reason to get a 30-year fixed loan. Um, if you get a very low interest rate, so when rates were extremely low in 2020 and 2021, you're going to lock in a 30-year fixed rate at that, because that was just a very low rate. But an ARM rate is a great way to get a lower rate and just have it fixed for a certain amount of time.
How many years of in the fixed, like how many years of arms do we have? Like we have a 3-year. It's a
Three?
minimum is a 3 years, right?
A three is a difficult one, though. You have to qualify at a rate that's very, very high. So not a lot of people do the 3-year fixed. We have a five-year fixed in a couple different products, a 7-year fixed
Mm-hmm.
and a 10-year fixed. Those are all 30-year amortized loans and fixed for whatever time period.
Okay. Listeners, you are listening to a property playbook by Nagaraj Annaiah, and we're having a conversation with the April end on the mortgage predictions for 2024. And if you guys are listening and if you have any questions on the real estate or mortgage, if you can give us a call. We are live on a Bali 92.3 and our number is 408-912-5038. And there's a question on the floor. What's the minimum down payment required to buy a house? 5%? 10% or a 20%? What do you think? Give us a call. We are live now. I think, see, the listeners, like this is like arm rates, right? As April was saying, it's a 30 years loan product, but the interest rates are only fixed for 5 years or a 7 years, depending on the arm product you take it. It's called an amortized rates. So it is like 5 years, 7 years, and the other one is at 10 years, right, April? Like these are the three products we have. And you typically it would be like what, 1.5% difference?
So typically right now, the five-year fixed, so five-year ARM are running about a 0.5% lower right now.
Well, that's a great, like what you can almost like if you're a first time home buyer, if you want to reduce your monthly payments, it's a great product, right? Like a lot of people doesn't know, like always, I talk to a lot of buyers, first time home buyers especially. They always have a myth. It's a 7% is the down, 7% is the rate right now, and it's very difficult to buy the house. But a lot of them doesn't know even there's you can buy a house for you can buy a house even for a 6.25, which is currently right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So we are listeners, we are live on Bali 92.3. It's a property playbook by Nagaraj Annaiah. If you have any questions on the real estate or a mortgage, you can give us a call. Our studio lines number is a 408-912-5038, and we have a conversation with the April head. One important question, right? Like a lot of first-time home buyers faces, how do you keep your monthly payments less? What are the things you can do to keep your monthly payments less, April?
So I definitely think if you have a good credit score, first of all, you're going to qualify for the lowest rate possible. So that's first. But definitely choosing the right product for you with the lower interest rate. So if that's an ARM product, that will keep your payments a lot lower. And then, of course, shopping for your insurance and getting the lowest insurance rate that you have, that's part of your monthly as well.
No, I think, see, there are one more thing is interest only loans, right? I think the interest only loans help us to, I think we were discussing last week also for one of the clients. We have one caller on hold. Let's take up. Hi, welcome to Real Estate Playbook.
Hi, Nagaraj Annaiah.
Hi, how are you doing today?
About selecting the realtor. The reason is there are so many realtors. If you just go across, so how, because this MLS listing is same for everybody, and how do you choose a realtor while buying a new home or selling a new home? That's my basic question.
So come again. What's your question? Sorry, I didn't get your name. Please, can you repeat your name?
My name is Sunil.
Sunil. Hi, Sunil.
Hi. Actually, I have a question, very basic question. It's listing is same for everybody, all the realtor, right? Or is it different? Like MLS listing, which is available to everyone. And if you go out, there are like a dime a dozen, they say, right? They're saying so many realtors are available. How do we choose which realtor to go with for buying and selling the home? Basically, at the back end, it's only one MLS.
See, it's a great question, I think, Sunil. That's what a lot of people forget, like how the realtor plays an important role in buying a house or a selling house. If you end up not choosing your right realtor, I think we keep discussing on that. How do you end up like basically on the losses might be on the wrong selection or the wrong selection on the financial stuffs also. Correct. So you should be very, very careful, especially when you're selecting the realtors. One realtor might not fit in for everybody needs, right? For example, the first time home buyers, right? They need more hand holding, right? It is not only just seeing the photos or just going on to the open house. You need to be knowing the pros and cons. For example, you end up buying a house next to a busy street, but you pay 200K. What do? Right? Realtor and the expert, right? They give you an first itself. What is the pros there? What is the cons there? So that you can make a choice. The choice will be selection would be made from you, but the right information without held without basically not sharing, right? Like sharing all the information so that you can make a choice. That is where you need to find a realtor, right realtor for your needs. Because a lot of people think, hey, I can save 1% or a 0.5%. Why should I go? I'll go with basically discount brokers or there are discount realtors. But you pay 100K more, what do you do? April, Sunil's question was good question because recently I was talking to one of the client who ended up buying a house. He was telling me, Nagaraj, I bought a house, but I paid a 200K more, and the appraisal came only with a 1.1 million. The 200K was arranged out of pocket. Correct?
Yes.
You need to educate the client so that you can make a choice for yourself. If you're not giving a right information, right? What do? There are so many homes. But if you don't select a right home for yourself, what do?
Right. That's the question. How do we select the right realtor without knowing
See,
who is
that's what,
who is
like
not?
basically right now, right? It depends on, you should look at their testimonials. You need to look at their reviews, right? Go online, research about them. If somebody gives a call, maybe when you give a call, right? Look at the response time, how frequently they call you back. Are they talk to the basically one of the things is like a lot of mistake they do when they're selecting a realtors, right? The response time. The response time should be fast. For example, whenever you buying a house, right? Decision of the response is very, very critical for you. When you put an offer, right, the realtor should be able to respond immediately. I've seen a lot of times it goes into a counter offer. When it goes into a counter offer, the response should be very quick. If you are not in a quick decisions, and if the realtor is not giving you a responsive very fast, that's one of the sign. Look at their reviews, look at their how many testimonials they have.
Okay.
Correct? All this help you out because they forget realtor is discount brokers. No, they play very, very important role when you're buying a house. That's the difference between a home versus house. Okay.
Right. And also, if it's a localized area based, going with a realtor who is localized to that area is better, or is going with somebody and the Redfin is better. Redfin somewhere online we see, right?
See, I think, it's finally you need to look out the expert. There are a lot of might be new realtors also, but look at the expert in there. What are the expertise in them? Can they help you out in in your mortgage, or like they can educate you on, for example, when the appraisal doesn't come out, will they give you out the numbers and everything, right? That is where you need to, because for each client the needs are different.
I see. No, but okay, that's okay. Now,
Yeah.
each client, from a buyer's point of view, they just would like to get a good house. So
Correct. Yeah. But see, some buyers are there like who wants to save it on, right? Like it depends on their needs. That is
okay.
why you should be very careful. And you can give me a call. We have one more caller, Sunil, but we can give me a
Sure,
call
sure,
after
yeah,
the
I'll
show
give a
and
call. Thank you.
we
Yeah,
can
I'll give a
discuss more.
definitely.
Thank you so much, Sunil, for calling in.
Thank you.
Uh, hello. Hi. Welcome to
Hello.
Property Playbook. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Hi. Welcome to Property Playbook.
Hey, hi. This is
Hi.
Rishika.
Hi, Rishika. What's your question?
So my question is regarding your question only. So you asked about the lowest down payment, right? So
Yeah.
I need to ask you, like, what should be the ideal low payment that we should be making in
Yeah.
order to have our the installments or the monthly mortgage within the budget?
Yep.
If I am willing to pay like 20%, I have that amount ready. But should I go a little bit higher in order to save little on my monthly mortgages, or should I go with 20%?
Okay. April, this question is for you. You can take
Oh,
it. This is the right
yeah,
time to announce our answer too.
there is no one size fits all on that particular question. So it depends on how much you have in the bank. You can put down as little as 5% down. You can put down more. I think it's crucial that you feel comfortable with your monthly payments and also have some money saved for a rainy day in case repairs or something is needed. So what I typically do is go over the different options with my clients on different down payment options to see which option fits them best.
Got
So,
it. Okay. Sounds
so
good.
as April
Thank you.
was, do you have any follow-up question?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, thank you. As April
Thank
was
you.
mentioning, right? Like, thank you for calling in. So as April was mentioning, the minimum down payment we require is a 5% down, right? But we can, but making a more down payment will help you to keep your monthly payments less, right? April, and
Yeah.
5% typically right now the interest rates are high,
That is correct.
and 10% and a 20% we are not seeing a much difference on the rates.
That's correct. The first mortgage in most of the time in most of the purchase prices that we are doing, it's going to be the same rate for the first mortgage, and then usually we tack on a second mortgage for the remainder of that.
Yeah. So only difference between a 10% and a 20% is the remaining 10% would be interest only, or it's a PMI, depend on the lender to lender. Another 80% is basically the interest rates or doesn't change nowadays, right? But as the listener was asking in, the more the down payment you have, your monthly payments can go down. But if you need to keep you as an emergency funds, right, you're more than welcome to do it. I was talking to one of the buyer recently. I was telling them, keep 100K for emergency funds right now, right? Maybe if you lose a job, what you would do, right? So that is why the emergency funds are very, very important. A lot of buyers are like, keep thinking like, let's wait. They have enough money of 15% or 20%, but they think I don't have enough money. But instead of doing that, you can keep 5% as a different money for emergency funds. Just do a 10% as of now.
Well, the good thing about doing the separate second is that money, even if they only draw a certain percentage, so if we do a 10% second, they put down 10%. If they decide they want to pay that down further, they're only going to pay on the amount that's extended. Likewise, if they need to draw on it again, they have access to it. So there's a lot more flexibility. Once you put down that 10% down, the difference between putting 10 and 20% down, you can pay that debt back or pay it down or borrow from it, and you only pay on the amount that's extended on the credit line.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right? Like you are borrowing just 10%. That 10% you can pay the next day after closing. For example, if you are borrowing from a 401k, borrow it from 50K of a 401k and pay it off, right? I think depends on, as you said, one solution doesn't fit for everybody. That is where the scenarios needs to be run, okay, for each one. Like for example, for 10%, what's your monthly payments? 20%, 30%, what's your monthly payment? Thank you so much, April, for joining in today. Listeners, if you have any questions, you can call me, or you can visit nagarajhomes.com, or you can call me at 858-880-4577. And if you would like to talk to April Hell, you can give me a call and I would be happy to share her number. She has a very great products for the first time home buyers. April, if somebody wants to talk to you, what's the best number to reach out, or what's the best way to reach out to you?
Best number would be 949-306-8100.
or the best way to remember is go to nagarajhomes.com. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great Friday evening. Thank you.
Thank you.